My name is Maya, and I was 31 years old when I believed my life was finally calm. When I look back now, the beginning of my story feels soft. Not exciting, not dramatic, just quiet and warm. At that time, my life felt simple. I woke up every morning without fear. I slept every night without questions. Love did not feel heavy. It felt familiar. I believed that was what real love was supposed to feel like. I believed love was not loud. It did not need promises every day. It did not need proof. It was just there. I trusted easily back then. Trust came naturally to me like breathing. I did not check phones. I did not ask too many questions. I did not doubt stories. Why would? I thought honesty was normal. She was the center of that peaceful life. The woman I loved. To me, she was warm. Jenna, reliable. She had a calm way of speaking, a soft smile that made everything feel okay. When I was tired, she noticed. When I was quiet, she stayed close. She felt like home. There was no chaos in our relationship. No shouting. No dramatic fights. No doors slammed. Just routine love. We shared simple things. Morning coffee, evening walks, small plans for the future. I believed she was honest. Not because she told me she was, but because she felt honest and because I wanted to believe. The first lie did not feel like a lie. It was a small moment, so small that I almost forgot it. She told me something simple, a normal story, nothing serious. But later, one detail changed. Not enough to cause anger, not enough to start a fight, just enough to make me pause. I remember thinking, that's strange. Then I smiled. And I let it go. I told myself everyone forgets details. Everyone mixes things up sometimes. Trust won over doubts. The lie felt too small to matter. So I buried the feeling. But something had already changed. Slowly, very slowly, patterns began to form. Another small lie. Then another not biggie lies. Not shocking lies. Just stories that changed slightly, times that did not match, words that felt adjusted. Each time I noticed, and each time I ignored it. I did not feel angry. I felt confused. I did not want to be the kind of person who suspects the one they love. I did not want to destroy something good with questions. So I stayed quiet, but inside, something was growing. A quiet doubt. Love was still there, but it was no longer light. It became heavy in a strange way, like carrying a bag that slowly fills with stones. I started blaming myself. Maybe I am maybe I am tired. Maybe this is my problem. I told myself that love means trust, and trust means silence. So I chose silence. I laughed when she laughed. I smiled when she smiled. But inside, my thoughts were louder than my voice. I began to notice how careful she was with the words, how stories changed depending on the day, how explanations came too quickly sometimes. Still, I said nothing because love was still there. And I was afraid of losing it. Then came the moment I now call the crack. It was an ordinary day. Nothing special happened. We were sitting in the same room, close enough to touch. But I felt alone. Not physically alone. Emotionally. She was there. But something was missing. Trust felt thin, like glass. I realized that even though I loved her, I no longer felt safe inside that love. That realization scared me more than any lie, because lies can be explained. But losing trust changes everything. That night, I lay awake in bed. She slept peacefully beside me. I stared at the ceiling and listened to my own breathing. My heart felt heavy. My mind felt tired. I did not know the truth yet. I did not know what she was hiding, but my heart already felt it, and that was the moment my life quietly began to change. The truth did not come the way I imagined. There was no shouting, no angry words, no dramatic moment where everything exploded. It came quietly, almost accidentally, one ordinary day. I noticed something I was never meant to see. A small detail, a message, a piece of information that did not belong. At first, I stared at it without understanding. Then my heart stopped. Everything became very still. In that silence, the truth opened itself. Not slowly, all at once. Suddenly, every strange feeling made sense. Every changed story. Every missing detail. Every moment my heart had whispered, something is wrong. I did not need explanations anymore. The truth explained everything. The first feeling was shock. Not loud shock. Not dramatic shock. A quiet one, like the air leaving my body. I sat there, unable to move. My hands felt cold. My thoughts felt empty. Then came the pain. But not the kind I expected. I was not angry. I was sad. Not just sad because she lied, but sad because of the time. The years I gave, the trust I offered, the love I protected. I felt grief for the woman I believed she was. That person never existed. And that realization hurt more than the lies themselves. As I looked deeper, I understood something painful. The lies were not small. They were not mistakes. They were constant. It was not one secret. It was a whole false world. Stories built on other stories. Truth covered by careful words. Reality rewritten again and again. Trust was never returned to me. I gave it freely. But it was never respected. In that moment, something inside me changed. Not loudly. Quietly, I realized that anger would not save me. Shouting would not heal me. Begging would not bring honesty. So I chose something else. I chose to let go. I did not confront her with loud questions. I did not demand answers, because the truth had already spoken. And it was clear letting go of anger was not easy, but it was necessary. Anger ties you to pain. Silence sets you free. I allowed myself to feel sad. I allowed myself to cry, but I did not allow myself to stay broken. That was the turning point. The moment my self-worth woke up, I saw myself clearly for the first time in a long while. I saw someone who loved deeply, someone who trusted honestly. Someone who deserved safety and love. I finally understood something simple but powerful. Love should not confuse you. Love should not make you doubt your reality. Love should feel safe. Honesty is not a luxury. It is a basic need. Without it, love cannot survive. The goodbye was quiet. There was no big scene, no dramatic ending. Just distance, a few words, then silence, and in that silence, something unexpected happened. Peace. The pain did not disappear immediately, but it softened. Each day, it lost a little weight. I learned to sit with myself again, to listen to my own thoughts, to trust my own instincts. Pain did not destroy me. It changed me. It made me stronger in a gentle way, not hard, not bitter, just honest. I stopped ignoring my inner voice. I stopped explaining away discomfort. I stopped accepting less than I deserved. Healing did not come from forgetting. It came from understanding. Understanding that lies say more about the person who tells them than the one who believes them. Now, when I look back, I do not feel anger. I feel clarity, and clarity is powerful. If you are listening to my story right now, I want you to remember something. Lies can hide for a while. They can wear the face of love, They can sound gentle. They can feel familiar. But truth always finds a way. And when it does, choose yourself. Because self-respect is stronger than love built on lies. She lied about everything. But the truth gave me back myself.